I am a man, born a king. That special someone to be that want to hug me, kiss me, love me, encourage me, cuddle on the couch, and watch movies with me. I hate this phrase, but my wife be someone that will challenge me and push me closer to my dreams. The simple thought about it, every time I think about it, I just can't stop smiling. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I love a lady with pretty feet, and in her ears I whisper sweet nothings, and ironically, I'm single. So right now she's without name nor existence, but the day God finally reveals her to me, I will become like the first man Adam, who named all the living beings and renamed her destiny, because I know she's meant to be my queen. But first I have to make a quick stop at Montague because something is broken and needs to be fixed in me. So I wait. You see, God is the master mechanic, and before I can find my queen, there are just a few kinks in me that only he can work out in order for me and this non-existent woman to work out, because, man, relationships are workout. You see, my last name is not Smith because I was not to accept my reality that I did not have the ability, maturity, nor the mentality to handle properly on another woman's life, her calling, gifting, and anointing, which as the man and leader of my house, it was my responsibility to help carry, because the weight of a good woman's value is extremely heavy, and I simply wasn't ready. You see, dating someone before the right time is the equivalent of eating fruit before it has fully matured, because it has not yet stood the test of time to be properly digested. Therefore, it is deemed unedible, which metaphorically speaking sounds a lot like us. We want people to eat off our tree prematurely, but your fruit is not a sweet treat. It's bitter and sour, and every time I put you in my mouth, I want to spit you out, and until you become sweet the way God intended you to be, I will wait. Honestly, I thought if I did what was right and served God with all my might, then he would bring someone into my life, right? Wrong. What kept getting into my way and blinding my sight were these friends around me whose relationship just kept taking flight, and instead of me standing strong, resisting these urges and avoiding temptations and distractions, I stopped waiting patiently and turned to other alternatives that I thought were going to be the healing remedy to these two diseases I had, called single and lonely. But you know what? Enough about biology. I like to add, so let's do the math. Let's just say for 18.5 minutes a day, I spend contemplating on me being alone. In our minds, that's not that much time, but in a year's time, that comes out to 6,752 minutes I spent contemplating on what I did not have versus taking all that time and energy and pursuing my dreams. You see, we single people have wasted so much time thinking about being single that our impatience has blinded us, and we've been ignoring the facts, because truth is, we've been in a relationship this whole time. The Bible tells us that Jesus is the groom to his bride, first name church, last name us. So let me share with you a little bit about my story. One Sunday service during morning worship, Christ approached me and he told me he would be all that I need. He got down on one knee and proposed to me, and I said, yes, come into my life, please. And it was at that moment Christ and me walked down the aisle of that church in holy matrimony. It was my greatest ceremony, and I wish I could tell all of y'all that after that day, everything was altogether lovely, but that's not my testimony. I didn't wait. I had an affair. You see, even with the unconditional love Christ effortlessly showed me every day, I was the one consistent in being unfaithful. I became intimate with my weaknesses, and the only person that would keep me company when I felt lonely emotionally was insecurity, which manifested itself through online dating and occasional physical intimacy, and without realizing I had committed adultery, because every time I had sex before I was married, it was on Christ that I was cheating. You see, if we really be honest with ourselves, sometimes we're not seeking relationships. We're simply trying to find someone to get some from. And after the fact, we're so quick to tell God how sorry we are and how much we love him, but much quicker to compromise our salvation over, at best, maybe a 10-minute satisfaction. If God operated by his own system and created a world by steps and a process, what makes us think we have the right to bypass our process for the mere feeling of someone's lips to be aroused by a kiss? What is this? Please take a few steps back, get a reality check, and get a grip, and make sure it's not on someone's hips. And you know what, for a few seconds, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how we base our mates on their looks. See, you can be physically attractive and well-dressed, and this morning I know we all think we look fresh, but your personality and attitude can make you just as foul and stink like halitosis on someone's breath. You see, I had to learn quickly that a person's physicality means nothing. filled. Now the one difference between the two are the ones filled with the Spirit can support, maintain, and sustain you, while the ones filled with gas might as well be unleaded because they never last. These are the ones with the pretty face and the nice shape and the 401k, but were never taught how to fight, and in difficulty they must press through. So eventually they just burn out on you. You know, it's funny I mentioned burning because y'all might have to call the authorities on me this morning because I know arson is illegal, but I feel strongly that I must burn down this tree that has deeply rooted itself on the inside of you and me, because now seeking relationships have become idolatry. You see, the simplest understanding of low self-esteem is one's dependence on someone else to feel good about oneself. So explain to me why I would want to be involved with you when you don't like yourself. So what's my point? Until God alone takes his rightful place on the throne of your heart, it's illegal for you to be with anyone. What we must understand is that where we stand, the grass is already green. Please, don't wait for your other side. Singleness is a gift from God, not a curse. So take this time to let God transform you, to not become a modern-day Cain and Abel story where you become like Cain and give someone what's left of you and not able to give someone the best of you. Trust what I say. God will bring you someone great. Don't rush your process, though. Just wait.